What's up, you guys? I just wanted to take a few minutes to have a quick little conversation with you guys just about. I actually just was scrolling through Instagram and I saw Regina King. This is her first time speaking out since she lost her son to suicide 2 years ago, and just listening to her talk just made me kind of reflective, I guess. So one of the things that she said, that she was actually angry with God after her son passed away. And a lot of people ask me that, right? And even, are you angry with God? And I never felt like I was angry with God. I was very much confused though, right? And sometimes I still have this question. And basically, just to give you a little bit of history. So I already previously had a daughter. I had a daughter when I was 16 years old. I got pregnant, had a baby at 16, beautiful baby girl, right? And then after that, I got married, found out I was pregnant, and I pleaded with God for a baby boy. Like, Lord, please give me a baby boy. Please give me a baby boy, right? And then I got just this beautiful, this beautiful baby, right? So, my confusion came where it's like, I was confused that why would you give me this son that I prayed for just to take him away? Right? Like, I was just so utterly confused. Like, why would you give me what I asked for and then take it away from me, like abruptly, with no... And that is still a question where I'm just like, there wasn't anger at God. There really wasn't not anger, but it was very much just don't make no sense. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like I was extremely, and this is not like to toot my own horn or anything, but I felt like I was like doing the right thing, right? I mentor children, and I went to church every Sunday. I didn't cuss, I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, I didn't, all the things they tell you that's gonna get you into heaven, right? I was kind, I was giving, I did all the things that, I thought you were supposed to do, yet I felt like, why didn't you save him? Right? That was my thoughts to God. Like, why didn't you save him? And also, one of the things that I really was upset with in the situation, because I was actively going to church and pursuing Christianity, was like, why didn't you give me the opportunity to pray? Right? Like, he died on impact. So there was no... he was in the hospital for a little while and he had to recover, and he passed away later. Like, there was no time for me to call on the saints to pray or to intercede, or you know what I'm saying, to really go in, and I didn't understand that either. That confused me, like, because I know how to pray, you know what I'm saying, and I know people that know how to touch the hem of Jesus's garment, you know what I'm saying. So that... it's just like, why didn't you give me the opportunity to pray? Like, it was all just such confusion, and it was extremely contrary to what I knew God to be. But then, even in that, and that's a short story I'll share at another time, because it's actually maybe not for everybody's ears. I do understand that, but yeah, I was just really confused. Not understanding why. And if I'm being honest, and this is as transparent as I know how to be without being disrespectful, because there is no, I don't say this to be to be disrespectful or to be I don't know the word I want to use, but at the time, and this is transparency, I was like, why him? Why not the other one or the next one, or the, you know what I'm saying? Like, my son was, you know, every parent thinks their kids are amazing, you know, but I'm like, why him? Pick somebody else. You know what I mean? And then it's like, do you want another mom to feel what you feel? Like, you don't, but hell, I don't want to feel it either. You know? So I just went through that, like, confusion and just like, why my baby? You know what I'm saying? Why not a sinner's baby? You know what I'm saying? Even though we all sinners. But you know what I mean? Like, that's like the thoughts that were going through my mind. And I don't like that those thoughts were the thoughts that I had at the time. And even now, I'm just like, you shouldn't think that way. But that's how I felt. I'm gonna be completely honest. That's how I felt. Like, you should show somebody else. But yeah, listening to Regina King's, and I always get them mixed up, Regina King and Regina Hall, but listening to her kind of talk about, you know, losing her son, it just kind of made me remember and really think about if I was angry at God, and understanding that, you know, people, a lot of times I don't understand why when something major or devastating happens, people want you to immediately speak out. Like, just because she is a public figure, she still needs time, right? In 2 years, I'm sure, listen, I know what 2 years feels like after you've lost a child. It feels like 2 minutes. And her heart is heavy and broken, and she still don't have the words to say, even though she's, you know, you trying to make sense of it all. You know what I'm saying? She looks beautiful in the interview, and she's articulate and all of these things, but do not confuse that with the fact that this woman is torn, her life is torn apart. Like, this was her only child. I'm sure that they had a bond that was, you know, unexplainable. So I give her honor for doing the interview, but I hate that as a society, we want to hear what they got to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, let her mourn and grieve and process in her own time. And if she does it in silence, like, why we gotta tell everything? That I just don't understand. Like, I hate that maybe she felt like she had to speak out or speak up or have an interview, or, you know what I'm saying? I hate that. I hate that for me. And I don't feel like I have to, but I have to for me. You know what I'm saying? And it's not gonna be forever. Trust and believe me, because I'm a woman of very few words. But there's a time and a season for all things. And just like in nature, times and seasons change, and they change on demand. You know what I'm saying? Like, they change when they're supposed to. There's no, you know, nobody dictates when the seasons change. They just do it. So I know that this is a season, and I will be as obedient in this season as I can be, which is hard for me. But yeah, so I don't know if there's anybody out there that has lost a child in any fashion, you know what I mean? But just kind of, what kind of things have you struggled with? Has it been anger with God? Has it been confusion? Has it been whatever? Like, I really want to get perspective from other people that have gone through this specific thing, or something major, devastating. Maybe you lost your mother, or maybe you were diagnosed with an illness, or whatever it is. Like, I like to see how people deal with things, their process, so that maybe it helps me, because I do struggle. I struggle a lot. And I don't think people realize how much I struggle because of my outward appearance. I appear very content, I guess. But there is a daily struggle, and there is a constant struggle. And it's not just, for the loss of my son, but a lot of things. Like, I really struggle. And I've been through a lot. And a lot of times, thankfully, God is so amazing that sometimes he doesn't really let me remember. And I'm so grateful for that. But then, I struggle with that, because it's like, my mom has dementia, so I want to remember her. You know what I mean? But anyway, I'm veering off into something else. But, yeah, I struggle with a lot of things. A lot of things. But one thing about the struggle is that I know the truth, and I know. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, so just a little piece of what was on my mind for a minute there. I just decided to jump on and talk to you guys about it. I'll talk to you soon, and I hope you guys are well and continue to be well. Peace, y'all.